Hey everyone, my name is Avi Desai and I am an upcoming senior in high school. Today, I'm going to be talking about heart disease. The term heart disease refers to several types of heart conditions. The most common type of heart disease in the United States is coronary artery disease, which can block the blood flow to the heart. Decreased blood flow can cause a heart attack. Before I discuss heart disease, though, there are a few things that we need to understand. How does blood flow to the heart get blocked? This occurs when plaque builds up within the arteries. Arteries are blood vessels that carry oxygen-rich blood to the heart. Some people, though, developed clogged arteries. Clogged arteries result from a buildup of a substance called plaque on the inner walls of your arteries. Arterial plaque can reduce blood flow, or in some instances block it altogether. Plaque is made up of several substances within your body, such as cholesterol, calcium, fat, or cellular waste. Eventually, a condition known as atherosclerosis will occur. This disease causes the arteries to harden and become more narrow, which makes it even harder for oxygenated blood to come to the heart. The specific origin of this disease is still rather unknown, but it seems to coincide with other factors. Some of the major risk factors that seem to coincide with atherosclerosis are high blood pressure, cigarette smoke, diabetes, cholesterol, and obesity. With cholesterol, there are two types. There's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. The good cholesterol is known as HDL. The bad cholesterol is known as LDL and heavily contributes to plaque within the arteries. LDL is formed within the body when foods with extremely high cholesterol are consumed, one food being red meat. HDL, however, exists in the body to remove LDL. Consumption of good food in a healthy diet can help with evening the ratio between LDL and HDL, but the most important part is exercising regularly. Another way an artery can be blocked is through a blood clot. A blood clot is a clump of blood that is changed from a liquid to gel-like or semi-solid state. Clotting is usually a necessary process that can prevent you from losing too much blood in certain situations, such as when you're injured or cut. If you've ever seen a scab form over a cut, then you've seen a blood clot in action. An immobile blood clot generally won't harm you, but there's a chance that it could move and become dangerous. If a blood clot breaks free and travels through your veins to your heart and lungs, it can get stuck and prevent blood flow. This is a medical emergency. When a blood clot occurs in an artery, it's called an arterial clot. This type of clot causes symptoms immediately and requires a medical emergency treatment. The symptoms of an arterial clot include severe pain, paralysis of parts of the body, or both. It can lead to a heart attack or a stroke. Now that we know some of the basic parts of heart disease, let's talk about the risks. A heart attack is one of the most common risks of heart disease. A heart attack occurs when the blood flow to part of the heart is blocked by a blood clot. If this clot cuts off blood flow completely, the part of the heart muscle supplied by that artery begins to die, according to the American Heart Association. A stroke occurs when a blood vessel that feeds the brain gets blocked, usually from a blood clot. When the blood supply to a part of the brain is cut off, some brain cells will begin to die. This can result in the loss of functions controlled by that part of the brain, such as walking or talking, which is seen as symptoms of a stroke. The good news is sometimes brain cells don't die during stroke. Instead, the damage is more temporary. Over time, as injured cells repair themselves, previously impaired function improves. Heart failure, sometimes called congestive heart failure, means the heart isn't pumping blood as well as it should. Heart failure does not mean that the heart stops beating. That's a very common misconception. Instead, the heart keeps working, but the body's need for blood and oxygen isn't being met. Heart failure can get worse if left untreated. If your loved one has heart failure, it's very important to follow the doctor's orders. An arrhythmia refers to an abnormal heart rhythm. There are various types of arrhythmias. The heart can beat too slow, too fast, or just plain irregularly. A bradycardia, or a heart rate that's too slow, is when the heart rate is less than 60 beats per minute. A tachycardia, or a heart rate that's too fast, refers to a heart rate of more than 100 beats per minute. An arrhythmia can affect how well your heart rate works. With an irregular heartbeat, your heart may not be able to pump enough blood to meet your body's needs. When heart valves don't open enough to allow food to flow through as it should, a condition called stenosis results. When the heart valves don't close properly and thus allow blood to leak through, it's called regurgitation. If the valve leaflets bulge or prolapse back into the upper chamber, it's called prolapse. Now that we've discussed risks of heart disease, we will talk about how to prevent this from happening. Obviously, you can't change your genetics. If you have a family history of heart disease, then there is a chance that you may inherit it. But that doesn't mean there is no way to prevent it from happening. Some of the most important ways to prevent heart disease are as said. Control your blood pressure, eat a healthy diet, control your cholesterol, stay at a healthy weight, do not smoke, and exercise regularly. Cholesterol is directly impacted by your diet and exercising habits. It's very important that you exercise to keep your LDL down and your HDL up, as well as maintaining a healthy diet with vegetables and natural foods. Controlling blood pressure stems from managing your stress. Some ways to help manage your stress include exercising, listening to music, focusing on something calm or peaceful, and meditating. In my personal experience, I have a long family history on my dad's side of heart disease. Because of this, my plaque starts to build up from a young age, so it's up to me to maintain a healthy diet and exercise to prevent any heart problems in the future. Remember, I am not a doctor or any kind of medical professional. Please do not take my words as professional advice. I'm simply a high schooler that wants to spread as much information to as many people as possible. If you feel you are at risk for heart disease, contact your doctor or healthcare professional as soon as possible. Thank you for listening.